God, bro. What's going on, everybody? It's K aka Khalil Too Short, and today we're going to be talking about the room of all video game movies, the Minecraft movie. But before we get too deep into this, make sure that you like the video, share the video, subscribe if you want to, and if you don't do all three of those things, I'm going to make sure that when this movie has a sequel, and unfortunately I think it might have a sequel, that Alex will be played by Rachel Zegler. Now let's get into it. Before I start going down the rabbit hole of negativity that I was going to do, let me just make something clear before we get started. And yes, I can't believe that I am going to say this. The Minecraft movie is the room of video game movie adaptations. Now let me explain. While I was watching this movie, it is badly paced. The exposition at the beginning of the film is so freaking egregious. It's like, wow, just tell me everything instead of showing me. There's really no characters at all. There's just people in the Minecraft world just going around doing things. But oh my God, I won't sit here and lie to you. The theater that I was in was excited for this film. Like, there are jokes in here that are so bad that unironically had people laughing. Like when he's calling out the things and he's doing the songs and he's doing the catchphrases, everybody's in the theater clapping and they're happy and shit. I kid you not, when it got to the chicken jockey part, as you can see, look, I went for free, right? I didn't even pay to see this film. Everybody in there started clapping. I'm like, why are we clapping? What's happening? What's so exciting about him saying chicken jockey? But there are moments that are just so blatantly dumb that I'm just like, wow, why are you making me giggle a little bit? Like at the end of the film, when the villain, I don't even remember the villain's name. All I know is it's a piglet in a blanket. The villain's like, oh, come closer, come closer. And then Jack Black, aka Fat Steve, walks up. He's like, you're not gonna try to stab me with a tiny knife, are you? She's like, no. And then she tries to stab him with it and he just flicks it away. I don't know why that got me. I was like, that's not funny. Why am I laughing at this? It is making me so upset that this film is making so much money. It had the biggest weekend for a video game film ever. It's reached $300 million worldwide. You have to understand, when the trailer for this film dropped, the ratio from likes to dislikes was insane. People were roasting this film up until the week of release, and I'm thinking it's going to be another Morbius situation where we all just crack jokes on it and we don't go see it. But no, the TikTok generation might have just memed this film into making $1 billion.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
But now that that's out of the way, let me at least talk about the film now. I need you to understand, I'm doing this all off of memory. I don't script my videos. I just spitball everything that I remember and things that I know. So if it sounds like it's all over the place, it's not just me, it's the fucking film. It starts off with Steve as a child yearning for the mines. Oh, I need to preface this by saying there's going to be a lot of memes with this film. All of the lines that Jack Black says are just basically exposition explaining what this thing is and some catchphrase that you know from YouTubers. He's yearning for the mines, but he gets a desk job and then decides, no, I'm going to go back to the mines, and then he finds the cube that sends him to the overworld. And then he's been in the overworld for a while, but then he somehow ends up in the nether because he finds
flint and steel.
And then he goes there and then he gets kidnapped by Pig in a blanket that is evil. And then the dog has to run back and he takes the cube back, and then we go years later and then we start getting introduced to Lips Kid and female character number 1 because I don't remember her name. And then you get introduced to Jason Momoa, and then you get introduced to Black Lady. And this is how the sequence of events goes. I'm going to tell you in the shortest time possible. Lips Kid goes to Jason Momoa's arcade, and then the weirdo gives him a card and tells him to call him. That's not crazy at all. Lips Kid goes to school, he's a genius, and then the jetpack that he creates blows up something that gets Sister in trouble. So instead of calling Sister, he calls Jason Momoa, and then he goes back to Jason Momoa's arcade and finds the cube. And then they follow the cube all the way to the mines. And then the two female characters whose names we cannot remember follow Kid and Jason Momoa to the mines. They go to the overworld, and then you get your shenanigans that ensue. You know, you go to the nighttime, you got skeletons, you got zombies, you got all that different kind of stuff. Evil Pig in Blanket finds out that the cube is back alive, so she sends Steve to the overworld to get it as a bargaining chip so that she doesn't kill the dog. I'm serious, that's the plot. He wants Dennis, his dog, back, so he's willing to betray everybody else. But then he betrays the pig in a blanket. And then he comes up, he finds them all, he kills all the zombies, and then he does the thing that made my theater explode.
I'm Steve.
And then the course of events goes meme, meme, go to village, meme, fly away, meme, fly away, meme. Oh, we're in the tunnels because we need to find the diamonds, and Jason Momoa is selfish, in quotations, even though we don't even go on that character arc at all, and he wants the diamonds for himself. And then we go through the tunnels because they're being chased by pigs, you know, after they got separated, right? They got separated in the village. I forgot to say that. They get separated in the village. They separate the male characters and the female characters away, and then you don't see the female characters until the male characters are done doing their exploring and blow up the bridge, and then they fall off of the bridge because they flew away on the gas, right? They flew away on the gas and they hit the ground, and then the female characters somehow find them in the middle of nowhere, right? And then we get to the end of the film. I'm saying that this is exactly how the film is going. They get to the end of the film after they find them, and then Steve goes, we're gonna mine, then we're gonna craft, and I wanted to kill myself in Minecraft. And then they go, they fight the evil ones, they got the golems, you know, they set everything up, you know, and the film ends, right? They beat the pig lady, and the film ends. Wait, I forgot. Jason Momoa comes flying back in because obviously he didn't die. There's no way that he died because they glossed over his death like it was nothing. So Jason Momoa comes flying in, and then they destroy the nether portal that's making all the piglets come out, and then the story ends. It's over. They won.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit.
This film feels like it was 20 minutes long, dude. The pacing is so quick that things just happen from scene to scene to scene to scene, and then you're at the end of the film. It's like, whoa, what's even happening here? Jack Black is playing Jack Black. He's just walking around, ooh, yeah, rocker, you know, he's just doing that the entire film. Jason Momoa is playing Jason Momoa. His character is a peaked at high school kind of character who's stuck in the 80s, and, you know, he's just walking around. He's like, yeah, I'm Jason Momoa. Look at me. Look at my hair. Look at my muscles. I'm Jason Momoa. That's all he's doing. Like, I don't even remember their names. I only know that Jack Black is Steve because I know who Steve is because I play Minecraft. But other than that, I don't even remember the characters' names. Yeah, brother and sister, and the brother has the most obnoxious lisps I've ever heard in my entire life. Look, I know it's not his fault, okay? I'm not clowning him for it, but goddamn, if that nigga was trying to say schedule, he would like pass out trying to do all the syllables. And then you have the sister who is just there, like just to be there. Like I can't tell you one thing about her character at all. I just know that she's the big sister. And then you got Black Lady from Peacemaker, who again is just there. Like, I don't remember her name. I don't know what she does. I know that she was a realtor and, you know, she had animals. That's about it. I can't tell you any characterization of these characters because there is none. There are things that they try to set up and they never fulfill them at all. Like what I thought they were gonna go with was the Steve angle of not having a family, and that's why he wanted to go to the overworld in the Minecraft world and, you know, create things and make his own family. And then the kids, you know, their mother just died, so they don't have a family. So when they run into Jack Black, oh, it's gonna be the surrogate family angle. Peakton High School guy is gonna learn not to be selfish, you know, and he's gonna come around and he's also gonna have a family because he's been isolated. And the black chick, she looked like she didn't have no family with all the animals she had in the car. I thought that was the angle they were going with. Nope, none of that. None of that is happening here. They're just fucking here to be here. I don't know the plot of the story. I don't know what it is about these characters that I'm supposed to care about or anything. I don't know anything. It's just, hey, catchphrase, you know this, you know that from Minecraft, you know that from Minecraft, you know this. That's all this film is. There's nothing else. When I left the YouTube Creator Collective event, shout out to them, by the way, for inviting me out. When I left that event, I came back home and I booted up The Prince of Egypt. That is a child's movie. That is a cartoon in quotations, but it is so perfect. There are not a lot of movies that are perfect, but The Prince of Egypt is one of them, and that is supposed to be deemed a kid's film, but it's super mature and it's dark in places. Even as a child, I can remember watching that film and going, wow, this is some good inspirational things. I love the brother arc, you know, I love that their confrontation is coming this way and they had this split. It's very good storytelling, and by the way, the animation in that film is absolutely beautiful. I don't know how people can't do that nowadays. But I say that to say this. Kids can have mature, good content. It doesn't have to be brain dead, mind-numbing, scratch your balls, wanna shoot myself in the face in Minecraft.
Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
Sorry, got a little angry there. It doesn't have to be stupid. Kids can have good entertainment and enjoy themselves. And adults can watch a kid's thing and enjoy themselves. This is not it. All in all, please do not fund this film, okay? I know it's a meme. I know it's a joke. I know that a lot of people aren't supposed to take it seriously. But the corporations, the people that put the money behind this stuff, they do not see it that way. They're gonna see the money that they're raking in for this film and go, oh, we could just throw shit on the screen, and if it says Minecraft on it or any kind of video game, people are gonna come see it. Do not make them think that. They don't think logically like me and you. That's not how they think. They just see numbers. So if they see the numbers going up, they're gonna do the exact same thing again. We are going to get a sequel to this god-awful movie, and I can't for the life of me understand why this is happening. It's just so cringe, the entire film. I was offered 3 Matadors. If you don't know what that is, that's pineapple and tequila. I was offered 3 of them bitches back to back, and I could still barely stand this film. Even the alcohol didn't help. But again, people in my theater were clapping and they were doing all kind of things.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Cut the music, cut the Mario Paint music. Wait a minute. I forgot about the villager plotline, where he goes into the real life and then he gets hit by a car that's being drove by Stifler's mom. And this plot has nothing to do with the film. I kid you not, it's just there to be there. They'll be doing things on the overworld. They'll be flying away from the piglets, trying not to die, you know, with Jack Black and Jason Momoa 69ing each other. And then, you know, it would switch scenes to Stifler's mom and a villager on a date. And I'm like, what does this have to do with the film? Nothing. And then look, there's like 2 scenes with them. They get hit by the car and then they go on the date, and then you do not see them until the end of the film in the post-credit scene. I kid you not, when the credits start rolling, that's when they bring that plot line back, and it means nothing. It's just there to be there for shits and fucking giggles. Another thing that didn't make any sense, when you get to the end of the film, after they beat the piglet bitch, everybody goes back to the real world, and then they go back to Jason Momoa's arcade and then start developing a video game. And you know, the creative kid is being creative. He's helping him do things. Jack Black and Jason Momoa are stoned off their fucking ass, just, you know, singing songs and stuff. And then out of nowhere, the sister, it's like some karate badass. It's like, what the fuck? Where did that come from? Like, the entire film, there was no indication or inkling that this character was this kind of character where they could just like start beating people up and they were a strong girl boss. Like, they just turned her into a girl boss out of nowhere. It's like, it didn't make a lick of sense. I'm watching, I'm like, where did we get from A to Z with this bitch? How can she just start beating people up now? I'm not understanding at all. And that reminds me again about the middle of the film. Like, you know, they go to the villager village and they get attacked by the pigs. They separate the male characters and the female characters for no reason. And the female characters go off on some side plot that does absolutely nothing for the film. Like, they're just on their separate ways for no reason. It does nothing for the story. It's like they kind of sidelined the girls because you're spending more time with Jack Black and Jason Momoa and Lisp Kid, and you're not even talking about the girls at all. And then all of a sudden, Jason Momoa feels like, oh, I don't want to be selfish anymore because reasons. It has nothing to do with the story, but I don't want to be selfish anymore. And then, you know, he semi blows himself up even though you know he's coming back later. And that's after like 15 to 20 minutes of no female characters in the film. And then all of a sudden, when they crash land, the female characters just happen to find them. It's like, what the fuck is happening? And then when that happens, then we're at the end of the film, and now we have to fight the gigantic army. And I'm like, you're moving so fast, nothing of value is happening with these characters. And then the part of the film that absolutely drove me crazy is when they did the first, we're gonna mine, and then we're gonna craft. I swear, oh, fuck it. If I was in there by myself, I would have threw my drink at the screen. That shit, oh, I was like, oh no, don't tell me you just did the Family Guy meme.
He said it. He said it.
I guess I did remember more of the film than I thought. All right, let's go back to the end of the video. If you hate your kids and you hate yourself, then go watch this film, okay? Because this is an insult to anybody with intelligence. This is one of the worst video game movies I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them, okay? I would much rather watch Doom 2005 twice with my eyes peeled open like Clockwork Orange than go watch this film again. I got something better for you. I would rather watch The Last Airbender M. Night Shyamalan film again than watch this crap. Because at least the story is going somewhere. Yeah, it might be shit. Yeah, the character arcs might not make sense. Yes, they might not be calling him the right pronunciation for his name, but at least I know where the story is going and who the characters are. Because in this, it is a empty fucking Minecraft block. That's a great analogy for this. You know your first house that you build in Minecraft that's made out of dirt, and you know, you just have your bed and your chest there? That's what this film is. Low quality shit. But y'all let me know what you think about the film down below. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Are you indifferent? Put it down in the comments below and we'll chicken jockey it.
Chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey.
Chicken jockey.
But until next time, it's your boy Kata. Hey, y'all be easy. I will see you on the next one, man.